be happy when you have no money. It's hard to be happy when you're unable to take care of your children. It's hard to be happy when you have no place to stay. And the reality is, in our communities, we have a whole lot of that problem taking place. So we concluded, based on looking at some of the issues and some of the challenges in our communities, that the best way to change a community is to put people to work. Help them find jobs. Not just a job where you're making minimum wage, but real work and real opportunity that is transformational for the individual, for the family, as well as the community. And it's not about creating low expectations for folks. Matter of fact, I heard someone say not too long ago that low expectations is the new form of racism in this country. We don't want to set you up for failure. We want to set you up for success. And not only for yourself. The time is gone when we have to go to other folks and ask them, please, will you give us a job? We don't want to train you to get a job. We want to train you to create jobs. What does that mean? It is a process that occurs by example. So if you're a business owner, we want to understand how to partner with you. And Kane's going to talk about that a little more in detail in a few minutes. But we want to understand how to help enhance the outcomes that you're experiencing. Because if we're able to enhance the outcomes what you're experiencing, then we're also able to bring other people on to work with you. So what if we told you that if we understood your business better, if we understood your business model better, we can train people according to your specific needs and vet them. One of the challenges with small businesses, or micro businesses as they're actually called, is that everything is dependent on that entrepreneur. And the last thing an entrepreneur needs is to hire someone that comes in there and wrecks the shit. Right. Comes in there and steals from a client. Comes in there and breaks something down. And all of the work that has gone into the process of building is destroyed by one decision. We don't want that to happen. And so you are invited into a space where we're going to talk about business, we're going to talk about the relationships that we want to build with you, we're going to talk about jobs for people that are seeking jobs, and as a result of this process, we will work together to put people to work, to build businesses, and to do it in a way that is what's called as an expression of vertical economics. Anybody heard the term vertical economics before?
Yes.
Good. And all it really means is you take any type of industry and you think about it in terms of various entry points. Let me give you an example of one that's near and dear to my heart, and I can't understand why we can't participate in that industry. How many do you know? Raise your hand if you know someone that buys hair. I'm going to turn around, because I know none of y'all got y'all hands up.
Hair.
All right, put your hand down. Somebody said I'm getting personal. Watch this. I'm about to get really personal. You know that African Americans buy more hair than any other group in this country. Now, isn't it interesting? We are the biggest consumer of an industry that we have no ownership in. Now, I'm going to suggest to you that there are a lot of examples just like that one. But that one is near and dear to my heart because I'm trying to figure out why we're locked out of that business. Now, I want to tell you, we intend to do something about it. Right? Prayerfully, if we do our job right, there'll be a business that's African American owned that sells the very products that you use and benefit from. But it takes all of us thinking about these types of dilemmas and challenges together. So that's why you're here. I know none of y'all came to change the community, but you're here to change the community. You have been deputized. We got some badges outside. We're going to stick them on you after a while. Right? So, welcome here. Ultimately, you're going to be invited, those business owners will be invited into a process that we will engage you in expanding your business, expanding your revenue, and expanding your outcomes and where you choose to go. Ultimately, those of you that are looking for jobs, we want to do two things. We want to help put you to work right away. And then we want to engage your thinking so that you can begin to think like the entrepreneur or the self-employed individual. And together we'll change this together, right? So what we're going to do now is there are a couple things that are about to happen. Brother Gary Sheldon, we call him G.O. Go Sheldon. Brother Sheldon is going to talk about entrepreneur and businesses. And then Dr. Sandra Davis is going to come up here and talk about employment opportunities for those of you that are seeking work. And then Brother Kane Nicholas, who is our resident MBA from Babson. Go Babson. Anybody ever heard of Babson? No. So let me tell you about this little school that you never heard of. Right? There's this little school right across the street, basically up the street from Harvard. It is a business school. It is the school where the Goldman Sachs 10,000 small business program that the federal government used was created. And his professor was the one that designed it. So he has a great skill set, and we're going to be talking about that later on today. So what I want you to do is sit back, put your seatbelts on, and imagine the possibilities. And we're glad you're here.